Hi guys, it's Tara here with Create Life Paper Words, and I wanted to quickly pop in and do a video telling you about what my plans for 2017 and my scrapbooking and documenting journey are. So for the starters, I'm going to be going back to a weekly project life. 2014 and 2015 I did weekly, and then 2016 I decided to try something different last year and I did monthly. I did like it, but I found that I really enjoy the weekly better. The reason for that is my mind sorts everything into weeks anyways, so it just made more sense to look at project life for me on a weekly basis as opposed to a monthly basis. So I have a gorgeous gold We Are Memory Keepers 12 by 12 album. I picked it up at the end of December when I was in the Whitefish Kalispell area. There is an amazing scrapbook store there called All About Memories, and if you are anywhere close to that area or are traveling there, I highly recommend it. They were absolutely awesome. They have an amazing store and they get a lot of the boutique lines in there. So I was super excited to find the gold ones. I was going to settle for gray or white or black if they had them, and I was just super thrilled to find that they actually had gold. I bought two of them as I know that there's no way I will be able to fit 1 year in one album. So thinking ahead, I already bought two. So far I'm just working on, I just need to get a picture of my husband and I for the very bottom one. But I'm really hoping to have a very white-based album this year. And I'm going to be setting it up as in almost like a formula. My friend Christy with Sweet Girl Designs, she had a great idea for me, and I really like it. Right now, my husband and I have very busy lives with our kids. In addition to working, we're both helping out with a couple of their activities. So I really don't have a ton of time like I had in the past couple of years to be working on layouts and that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping that this approach is really going to help me out for 2017. So I'm first going to start with having a weekly calendar, and I am taking a monthly calendar, and then I will be highlighting the week that I'm on. And then I'm also going to have a week in the review card printed on white cardstock with the week number on it. That's actually going to help me out because then I'm not having to worry about creating a weekly journaling card. So my ideas that I've had and had given to me and added to are to have photos of my family. I definitely want to document the changes in my children. They're 8, 5, and almost 2 years old, and it's such a big time in their lives where they're constantly changing. You can look from pictures from a few months ago and they look completely different. So whether I have a picture of all of them together or I have individual pictures, I'm not really sure how that's looking yet, and likely I will be doing a variety of things throughout the album. I definitely will be having pictures of my kids in the album on each week. As well, I really want to focus on having my husband and I and our pictures in the albums. So whether that's just the two of us having a selfie or me taking a picture of him or him taking one of me, however that looks, I also am really going to be including that into our album as well. Something else I really want to focus on this year is telling stories. And so I'm going to be devoting a few pockets in my album to working on those stories, and maybe finding a story that I normally wouldn't talk about and putting that into my album. I don't necessarily feel I need to have photos for those stories, but just something that I know I'm really going to want to remember. Maybe it's something funny that the kids said, or maybe it's something that they've been doing and I'm just sort of noticing that it's their personality. Those kinds of things, and maybe it'll even be an activity that we did. I'm not really sure what that's going to look like yet, but I know that I really want to bring that focal point of telling stories into my weekly album. So to help myself out, I've actually started doing a little bit of prep work. I've had this week off from work, so I've had a lot of time to work on getting stuff ready for my album. So I've printed off my week cards. These ones are a digital digital set, I guess, from the Lily Pad. And I'm using, the calendars are from Amber LaBeau Designs. And then the week in review, I want to say, is One Little Bird, but I'm not positive on that one. So it's easy to be able to do that now. I put them into Letterglow, and then I actually move them into the Project Life app, and I print 2 on a 4x6 card, cut those, and then slide them right into my album. My idea is that they're each going to have the same space throughout the whole book, and that's really, I think, going to help me again with planning what my layout's going to look like. And again, I'm pretty flexible, so if things aren't really looking how I think they are, or that week, you know, I need to move photos around, I'm not going to be too worried about where those are placed. Just the fact that I already have a couple things already ready to go is really going to help. I'm also hoping to put in photos maybe of what we're up to in the form of what we're eating that week, or what we're doing for an activity, or I also want to have a From Where I Stand photo, because I love those ones. Maybe I'll have something about the weather for the week. Yeah, so if you have any ideas for me, I would absolutely love to hear them. You can just comment below of things maybe I need to include in my album weekly. And for printing my photos, I am hoping to get a better home printer. Right now I have an HP OfficeJet, and while it works great for things like I need to print out in color for documents, I'm finding that it's lacking in the photo department. Right now I've been sending everything to London Drugs. The only issue is that London Drugs is about a 45-minute drive away, and I don't always get a chance to go there on a regular basis. So in order to avoid playing catch up, I'm hoping to find a printer that I can use at home that prints photos really well. I have been reading a little bit about the Canon MG7220. If anyone has had any experience with that, I would absolutely love to hear about your experience. Did you like it? Is it easy to use? And most importantly, how are the pictures that it prints? I use my phone. I have an iPhone 7 Plus, and I absolutely love it, and the pictures that it takes are pretty good. I have no plans to invest in a DSLR camera. I did have one, and it had a little accident in 2015. Since then, I've been finding that I probably wouldn't use it, and it would take a lot of work for me to figure out how to work it. I was just sort of starting to get into that when it broke, and so at this point in time, it's actually easiest just to use my phone, as it's always with me and it's always easy to take really quick photos of, whereas a DSLR I would not be carrying with me on a regular basis. So keeping that in mind, if you have any suggestions or recommendations for me for a home printer, I would absolutely love to hear them. And yeah, so that is my Project Life 2017 plans. As far as travel albums and other mini albums, I will of course be doing a documenting December of some kind in next December. I'm also planning to do any trips that I take will be done in a 6x8 album. I've done that for the past few years, and I absolutely love the size. It's really great for me to work with, especially for a trip album. And as well, I do hope to get a couple other trips that I've taken in the past documented this year, and add those to my shelf of all my travel albums. I also want to thank everyone who commented on my Instagram about 2017 plans. I loved hearing what you guys are working on for 2017 and what your ideas are for your stuff. So thank you so much if you contributed to that. And if you're still trying to decide what you're doing for 2017, I hope maybe some of the suggestions that I've given you today can maybe help you with that. It totally is a learning curve, and it's always fun to try something new for different years. I know that I've done Project Life differently for the past 3 years, and I'm really glad that I've experimented with different ways of doing it. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day, and I hope your 2017 is looking to be pretty good. Bye!